Hi guys, today I'm speaking to you from beneath a tree as it's pouring down rain. Sounds kind of miserable, right? Well, I think this is the perfect weather condition to test the new Audi S3 Sedan. Instead of getting saturated and walking around the car like I usually do, I'll do some voiceover. Audi introduced a facelift for the Audi A3 and S3 late last year. It brings about these new jagged style headlights, some updated front grille treatment, and a revised 2-litre turbo engine for this S3 model. In Australia it produces 218 kilowatts and 380 newton meters. This is up from 210 kilowatts of last year's model. I think overseas the engine produces 221 kilowatts, even more power, but we don't get that in Australia. Compared with the Volkswagen Golf R, which this shares a lot of the components with, it produces 206 kilowatts. So you're getting a bit more of a bit more power with the premium that you're paying. It's about $15,000 extra, this Audi S3, compared with the Volkswagen Golf R. In terms of design though, I think it looks very powerful and muscular. I love these pumped wheel arches. They support these 5-spoke quattro 18-inch alloy wheels. I'm not sure if these are optional. I think the standard 18-inch wheels use a twin-spoke setup, but these I think look fantastic. Around at the back you've got the trademark quad-outlet exhaust with a little neat diffuser in between, and then up top a discreet lip spoiler. Let's go and start it up and have a look at the interior. So I like what Audi do with interiors. They're very high quality, precision made, but a little bit discreet as well. They're not over the top. There's no hard plastics around the place, only the lower door trims, which is pretty common even on a more expensive vehicle. But everything else is, yeah, very nice to touch, very nice to look at. I love the attention to detail too. So these air vents, for instance, they've got these little spokes that are inside there, but you can pull the center out and it sort of focuses the spray into a concentrated area, or you can push them back and it will sort of spray the air out more evenly and not so much pressure on your face. But even the way they look, there's a certain amount of design that's gone into creating this. It would be pretty painstaking to make too. There's lots of little parts in there, and then the outside of it is a on-off switch. So down below, I'll just start it up and we can get the touch screen or the LCD screen activated. But down below here, yeah, it's just Audi's Mmi system. So this is very similar to BMW's iDrive. Very easy to understand. You've got your various options, so you've got map and radio and all that. Then a main menu button, which takes you to the main menu of the screen. Yeah, very easy to use. There's no complications in that whatsoever. I like this over the Lexus system and the Mercedes system, which is very complicated. But it's about the same as the iDrive, BMW iDrive, in my opinion. Again, everything feels very high quality. So all these knobs, I was having a bit of an argument with the guys in the office. I think they're metal, but they seem to think that they're plastic. They feel like metal, and that's close enough. Yeah, that's good enough, even if it is plastic. I'm not sure about having the volume button down here. It could be a problem for the passenger if they've got to answer the phone or something like that, and they need to quickly turn the volume down. They're going to reach all the way over to here, but you know, who cares? You get used to that. Everything else is, yeah, very easy to understand. Climate control is down below here. Nothing's interfering with this. It's all separated climate control, and then along the top you've got the driver controls. So you can even pop down that screen whenever you feel like it, if you think it's intruding on your view. And then on the side here you've got Audi's Drive Select, so you can go through the different options. I did notice something. When you go into dynamic mode, you probably won't be able to hear it because it's raining, but if you go into dynamic, I'll just be quiet, you can actually hear the electronics of the speakers turning on. So it does have one of those sound enhancing systems. I've never really been a fan of that, but fortunately this engine sounds great anyway. It's got a proper muffler at the back that really kicks off a rally car like soundtrack, so it doesn't matter that there's a bit of a sound enhancement going on. You probably won't be able to hear it, but yeah, it's got a nice throaty, powerful sound. For the driver, there's a fully digital instrument cluster. With this you can have various view options. It's not too complicated. I've tested some of the Mercedes-Benz full LCD screens, and they're a little bit complicated in my opinion, whereas this has just got a number of different layouts you can use. So you can have the gauges on the side there like that, and then you can go through and put even your map in the middle of it if you want to. But yeah, very handy, very clear, precise graphics. It's an awesome feature, especially for a relatively entry-level model like this. In terms of cabin space, it's pretty roomy in here. I mean, it is a small car, so we have to remember that, sharing the same platform with the Volkswagen Golf. But the way Audi has designed it, it's quite space efficient. The door trims are very thin, the center console is quite thin, or thin as it needs to be, and there seems to be a bit of a airy environment. Headroom is excellent for me. As I said though, taller people might find it a bit small, but I think if you lower the seat right down, you should be okay. The driving position is excellent. I don't know why, but it just feels absolutely perfect. When I got in the car, I was just really comfortable, and I thought, why is this so comfortable? And it's just perfect. Maybe it's the right position for my height. Taller people might find it uncomfortable, I don't know, but for me it's perfect. You can change the seat to different settings, obviously. Fully electric seats up and down. Then you can change the steering column for rake and reach. We'll have a look at that back seat, but I think I'm going to get a bit saturated jumping into the back. So it's very similar to the Golf in the back as well. The ceiling extends right back to the D-pillar there, so you actually do get a bit of headroom. I mean, if you're a bit taller, you might start touching it, but my head is fairly far off from touching the ceiling. And then the legroom is pretty good as well for a car of this size. I think width would probably be the limitation, so if you had tried to get 3 adults in the back here, it would be a bit squashy. There's no center armrests coming down from the middle there, but you do get your own 12-volt socket and climate control venting. Anyway, let's go for a drive. I don't think that rain's going to ease up anytime soon, but we'll test out the Quattro all-wheel drive system. So straight away I can feel the throttle response is awesome, even from low RPM. It's got plenty of torque. And of course the stability is incredible. Lots of grip, even under full power, even in these poor conditions. Stability control just kicking in a little bit there. But it doesn't feel like it's slipping at all. It doesn't feel like it's intervening too hard or too harshly. It must be just a little bit of wheel spin happening. Good front end bite, and you can just apply the power and it will just catapult you around the corner. Audi says it has revised the Quattro all-wheel drive system for 2017 with more of a bias towards the back, or more torque distribution towards the back axle. It doesn't mean it's a rear-wheel drive, you can start doing power slides in it, but you can feel it. It tends to squat down harder in the back and sort of pull you around the corner, or push you around the corner. But yeah, lots of grip, even in these terrible conditions. Good brakes too. You just jump on them and it just comes up to a stop very, very quickly. Not experiencing any fade. Lucky I did test the brakes there. There's a bit of a stick on the road. So in many ways it's very similar to the Golf R, and that's a vehicle we love at the PD office, just can't get enough of it. So for Audi just to extend on that by giving it a little bit of luxury, boosting the power a little bit, and adding some more technology, it's sort of a recipe that's hard to go wrong. So come into the corner, pretty much floor the throttle, and it just slingshots you around the corner. Very accurate, very stable, very secure. down. We'll try it with the stability control switched off, so you've got to hold the button down for a good few seconds. But I think it only intervened once or twice coming up the hill. So it's already a very stable car. It's got a good mechanical grip and a good tyre grip, even without stability control. The ride is pretty firm. It is a sports car or a hot hatch, so it's to be expected. But it's exactly what you want on a road like this with a few mid-corner bumps, because you want something taut so it catches the bumps and doesn't disrupt the balance of the car. And around the corner you can just floor it, and it just yanks you around and just propels you forward really fast. Awesome down changes. So you just couldn't do this in a two-wheel drive sports car. I'd be quite nervous if I was in a rear-wheel drive at the moment. But in this today, I feel completely relaxed. I know the car can handle it. So as a sports sedan or a hot hatch or whatever you want to call it, it's very hard to fault this car. It's like the Golf R, except you're getting $15,000 worth of extra luxury, performance and technology. I think the price is completely reasonable in the Australian market, completely reasonable for what you're getting. I love that mid-range pull, or even low-range pull. It just kicks up from very low RPM. But you can throw it a little bit and floor the throttle. It just stays committed the entire time. Audi's done a superb job. I love it. It's hard to fault. I can't find a fault at all, really. I guess the steering could be a little bit more communicative. It's not super engaging, typical Volkswagen Audi fashion, but it's not bad. It's not. I wouldn't give it, mark it down any points because of the steering. It's just probably not as engaging as something from BMW or Mercedes in the sports car market. Love the gearbox, love the engine, love the exterior design, love the interior. I love the features, plenty of standard features. I love the price. Fuel consumption is also pretty good. I'm averaging about 8, although not today, it's a bit higher than that, 8.8 I think it's saying, yeah. But yeah, impossible to fault. I'll be doing a more in-depth review on the website as usual, performancedrive.com.au, so stay tuned for that one. And if you've got any feedback, if there's anything that you'd like us to cover in these POV videos, just let us know in the comments section. Or if you'd prefer that we don't do them anymore, that's totally fine as well, just let us know. Thanks for watching.